What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Today, of course, we got to do some preview stuff covering the upcoming match against Villareal for Juventus in the Champions League. But then there's some other pieces to talk about. Another piece in the dominoes about a player potentially, maybe we'll use the word potentially, joining Juventus in the summer, as well as Mourinho continues to show his bleep, especially if you witnessed anything about what he had to say about the match against Hellas Verona. Stick with us. We'll fill you in now. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today is Monday, February 21st, 2022. And of course, I have your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news you care about, get you in and out here and about your day. Before we do anything though, make sure you smash that like button. It really helps our channel continue to grow and really helps us with the all-knowing algo, if you will, the algorithm. Also hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Let's just jump into it, though, and the news that we have regarding the match upcoming with what Allegri had to say about Villareal. So first up, we're going to start with this. He talks to Juventus TV saying it won't be an easy game. It's 50-50, and they are in a great moment with a coach that will not give you any advantages. I don't agree with the we did. I'm guessing they meant we did not play well in this translation, but we did not play well against Torino. These games during the season happen. It's normal. My first interjection of the day, hard disagree. I think you played poorly. I think your the way you went about the game was poor. I think the coaching was poor. I think everything was poor about that game outside of Matthias de Ligt and maybe Wojciech Szczesny. So wrong. Anyway, let's continue it on though. He says order, technique, and patience. The next round will hardly be decided tomorrow. You think so? You think it won't be decided tomorrow? You think if if they take Juventus to the woodshed that it won't be decided? I mean, I understand there's two legs, but we'll see. We'll see. It depends how bad you get beaten. It could be decided tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't like. I understand where he's coming from, but also given the state that Juventus has been in the last however long, or the last couple games, really, and the way that they really regressed back to the early season Juventus, I'm not happy about this. I don't really like talking about Juventus this way. I don't like when you treat it this way, the way that Allegri's been treating it, a little bit too passively and too comfortable with the situation. All right, continuing on, he said that Dusan is a special talent, but my job is also to protect him. It's not okay to put all the pressure on him. Tomorrow, it's his first UCL game. It's the first time that a journal used an entire page to say he did not score. I don't like these things. And I agree with Allegri on this part. It is, and I talked about it, I ranted about it a couple of days ago if you haven't watched the video yet. I ranted pretty hard on the ridiculousness of the Italian media. The Italian media, especially Serie A media, especially the way it covers Juventus. I've never seen, and here's the thing, typically I'm an underdog kind of guy. Obviously Juventus is not an underdog, but one of my other teams, when it comes to like the teams that I enjoy to watch and I root for outside of Juventus and, are usually quote unquote underdogs, even though they can still be blue blood teams. But when it comes to this, I've never seen, any other sport that I watch, football, American football, when I say that, basketball, whatever have you, the blue bloods of the sport are treated differently in any other sport except for Serie A. And in Serie A, Juventus is treated worse than any other team in the league, and I don't think that's arguable. I think a lot of people may, say, "Oh, my team has it worse." I don't think you can agree with that, especially after Calciopoli and everything else that happened. I don't agree. It's ridiculous, and I'm just tired of the way the media lambastes Juventus left and right. Like, I understand, but Dusan didn't score last game. Fine, okay, that happens a lot. Yet somehow, when Juventus has a player doing this, I'm sure that was never covered when he played for Fiorentina. But now that he's playing for Juventus, he has the spotlight's on him now. But at the same time, just some of the ridiculous, criticisms that Juventus players get and the Juventus as a whole gets, I'm getting pretty sick and tired of it right now. Anyway, that's just my personal opinion on that, so I don't disagree with Allegri what he had to say there. Continuing on, he said, we play to win both the Coppa Italia and the UCL. Then, of course, everything depends on moments. How will our approach change with the new away goals rule? I don't know yet. In the meantime, let's get a result tomorrow. I mean, the new rule should, for all intents and purposes, help Juventus, right? I would imagine it should be helpful. that you don't have to worry about as much playing, them scoring at home, playing poorly on the road, whatever have you. We'll see how that factors in. Fine. I like they said they're playing to win. I wish he would have thrown it in. Like, give me a feeling that you're taking City off seriously. I know you're supposed to as a coach, but at the same time, the Torino match did not show me that you're taking City off seriously and trying to end up winning. Just making top four. I've moved off of the Scudetto dream, and like I said, at the same time, the dream was a faint dream at that from the beginning, but at the same time, it shouldn't have been, right? All right, let's continue on. He goes on to say that Bonucci trained with the team and he will travel. Pellegrini is back and Rabiot is fine. I'm very happy with what Artur is doing. McKennie is an offensive midfielder and very good with his runs inside the box. Vlahovic and Morata will start tomorrow, which you expect that. Getting Paulo Dybala's out, you got to have those two together. We'll see how Artur and McKennie would factor in. Which one gets the start, we'll see. Or do they potentially both get the start? Again, if it were up to me, I would like to see something of like a Zakaria, Locatelli, McKennie a midfield. What am I saying? That's what I would start. That's what I would start with. And then we'll see about the rest of them. Of course, Rabiot's fine because, yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Morata has some comments as well before we get into the other real news of the day. And then he goes on to say, we are ready. We changed in the last month. It's more positive now. It's positive the first game. I don't know how positive it's the last couple games. But anyway, it's more positive now. We need to forget about the league now. It's the UCL tomorrow. Yeah, I get it. I get it. You have to forget about it for one day. But at the same time, I don't like the way it's been kind of handled. Like, we have to forget about the league. No, I'd rather you never say that you forgot about the league. That's just me personally. I understand maybe it's just a in the moment kind of thing while you're talking about Champions League, but still, I don't love that. It's not important where I play. It's important that Juventus wins. I like that. Okay, he said something good there. I like that he's a piece in the cog in the wheel to keep it turning and hopefully to continue winning or to start winning. Tomorrow we have an important test. It's difficult to win Champions League, but it's also difficult to win against us. Okay, I guess that's true. I guess you could say that now, technically. I guess technically you can say that because Juventus have had a streak of no losses, wins and draws. But like, no offense, winning, if you win 20 games straight and they're all draws, that ain't good enough, right? Or not winning if you haven't lost 20 games straight. My wording, terrible. If you haven't lost 20 games straight and they're all draws, that ain't good. All right. He goes on to say, Allegri was very important to me staying at the club. He gives me confidence. He knows my qualities. I'm not going to say BS, but I'm going to say I think a really important part of you staying at the club for right now was that the Barcelona deal couldn't get done. That's my personal feeling. But I do like the idea of potentially keeping Morata a little bit longer, personally. He goes on to say, Barcelona, that's not important. I talked to Allegri, and he told me that I would be important to the team and Dusan. So it's good that he's helping try to build him up a little bit. Because if we know one player that needs building up, it's Alvaro Morata. Because he's a bit, it's not a bit. He's very, very fragile as a player. His psyche, at least. He goes on to say the arrival of Zakaria and Vlahovic has done everyone well. Vlahovic today already had his tomorrow's game in his eyes. This is something that gives enthusiasm to everyone. Hopefully tomorrow he will score for the first time in the Champions League. So, yeah, hopefully he does. Hopefully he gets that done. We'll see what happens with Vlahovic and how the pressure, if another team's able to kind of just pinpoint him and shut him down, that's something I'd be worried about after the Torino match against a defender like Bremer. Then finally, he says, we still have many goals. We want to dream because we work hard every day. The UCL is all to play for. Where we can get to is hard to say. The competition is about details and minutes. We will have to give everything. So, generic player speech, I guess, for the most part. I don't think UCL is all to play for. I guess if you're saying it's open, it is open, technically. I don't know that I believe that Juventus has the pieces to do it, but we'll see. Miracles happen, right? All right, continuing on. Then we got to talk about this nonsense that's going on with Mourinho, who La Stampa reported saying that when the referee gave 4 minutes of extra time during Roma Verona, Mourinho made a telephone gesture and told the referee, they sent you on purpose. Juventus sent you. He is expected to get a 2 to 3 match ban, which I say, hell yes. He should get in a 2 to 3 minute match ban. And again, I am so sick of Mourinho and his BS and his nonsense. I'm guessing... give me a little bit more insight. I was going to ask because, I don't know if there's anything else really to say outside of Mourinho thinks that Juventus would send him to try to make sure the loss is cemented because of Juventus, competing for the fourth place in Serie A. They're at 41 points. Juventus is at 47. That's a 6-point difference right now. I don't know. I just think it's so stupid. I think it's so stupid that it's always Juve. It's always Juventus are the ones that are doing that are supposedly controlling everything. That's why Juventus is sitting barely even scratching the bottom of the barrel, trying to get into fourth place. Not taking everybody else down. Did Mourinho also think that Inter lost because of Juventus? Is that how it works? Did Milan draw because of Juventus? Did Atalanta lose to Fiorentina because of Juventus? It's just stupidity. I don't even want to spend a lot of time on it, but it's just another person showing their ass, and they continue to do it. There's a lot of that's the one thing I love it. I love Italian football. I love calcio. I love all that, but some of the Italian stuff when it comes to the pettiness and the bitterness between teams and the stuff that they say, it's just it's something you don't see in any other sport. You see some arguments, you see some fights here and there, but you don't see it on the regular like you do in Serie A. And part of me, let's be honest, with the way I like doing stuff here, part of me enjoys it a little bit because it's a little bit I love the drama and stuff can be fun to talk about, right? We got to have content, so it can be a little bit fun. But some of the nonsense, it's got to wear on you at some point, right? All right. And then finally, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Now we're talking more. Nico Schiera said that the entourage of Nicola Zaniolo was in Turin last Friday. Contacts with Juventus continue in view of the summer. They are vigilant and ready to take action if the renewal with Roma does not happen. So that's where it stands right now. It's looking like Juventus is very, very serious about Zaniolo. They're turning that pressure up. They're starting to, have some talks and some discussions about potential contracts maybe down the line. So that's interesting. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who have different feelings on it. It is what it is. But as it stands right now, he does not have any deal with Roma to continue playing there. If he doesn't, it seems pretty likely right now that he could be coming to Juventus. What that means for the midfield overall, I don't know. I don't know what that means if they add him, if that shuts down any other potential signings there, especially when they said they wanted to go after a big name. Zaniolo was a big name, but after injuries, I don't know. Like, even as much as I love the kid, I think that he's a fantastic player when he's healthy and when he's on his game. I don't know if that really factors into it, if that really, negatively affects any of that. So we'll see how it plays out, but that's how it stands right now. Just an update on Zaniolo. He still has potential to come to Juventus. Anyway, guys, that's all the news that I really have for you today. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in as always. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, also hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. One of our latest things that we need to make sure you know, if you are not that you need to know, but you should have kept up to date by this about this by now. But Thursday will be the live to give away the free, or not the free, it's free, but the official Juventus Vlahovic first, home jersey. Make sure you're there on the live. It'll be around 4:30, 4:45 my time, and Juve time it'll be about 10:30, 10:45 Juve time when we start that live to give that away. So make sure you're tuned in and make sure you're there so that way you can claim your prize. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. We'll see how this game turns out. Hopefully Juventus can end up picking up a win or I believe it's at Villareal. Anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve. Forza Bianconeri.